What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are coming off of another player prop sweep from our free picks. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the VIP plays as well, because we are coming off of a sweep on VIP plays just like we are the free picks. So taking a look at this, this is our prop list on VIP yesterday. Completely hit every single prop slip. The only thing we missed was Cavs and Wolves money line. So I parlayed these two together like I told you guys. I'll show you that in a minute. But we cashed. Day before that was a lighter day. It was only a one-game slate, so we didn't play as much. It was still a very green day. And the day before that, another really, really green day. So can't scroll all the way down, or I'm going to show you my entire VIP pick list that I have right now. But we are going to go over the NFL game that we have. We have the Rams taking on the Seahawks in Seattle, so this should be a pretty decent game. We also have a massive NBA slate, so make sure you guys are managing your bankroll correctly today. Don't overplay a slate just because it's big. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our wins from yesterday as well as our free VIP winner. So if you guys have been watching the channel, you know if this video gets 250 likes, I will randomly select a comment down below to win a free month of our VIP. So make sure you guys leave a like on the video, drop a comment. We're about to select a winner from yesterday. Before we select that winner from yesterday, I do want to show the bet tracker and show you guys how many units we are up this month so far on our sports books. So sports book yesterday ended up profiting $250.25. We are up $4,427.55 on the month so far. Little over halfway through the month. Taking a look at my bets from yesterday, the only two bets that I had yesterday, I had Cavs and the Timberwolves on a parlay. I put $250 on it. I ended up losing that, so I went down $250. I also played an Old Dominion teaser, which I'll go ahead and show you guys the Old Dominion teaser here in a moment as well, so you know I'm not trolling on Old Dominion. I can actually pull this up real quick. So here is our Discord where I showed this the day before. You can see this is in Jacksonville State where we cashed. This is starting out yesterday. Had Old Dominion plus 10.5. The total of this game under 59.5. Actually did a write-up here. So both teams are missing their starting quarterbacks. Going to be hurt both offenses, making this more of a running game, low-scoring game. Byron Brown is the heart of the South Florida team. He's missing. They're missing a lot of coaching staff and everything else. You can read the entire thing if you want to pause it. But pretty much posted Old Dominion. Then I did the same thing with the Timberwolves Cavs. I said majority of the money's on both these teams. Could realistically see an upset on either one of these games. I personally think the Timberwolves are a better team than a Ja Morantless Grizzlies, and I think the Cavs are better than a struggling Bulls team. They bit me in the gut. My gut did not do what I do the favors, but you guys can see we cashed on one of those slips, which was the teaser, which I ended up putting $575 on to win 500. So I profited 2 units on this slip, lost a unit here, so I ended up profiting a unit overall yesterday. Now I will say this number is only for sportsbooks. I am up over $2,300 this week on parlay play, which I will show you guys really quickly. Track picks, track history. You guys can see profit $2,600, and I'll go ahead and refresh. Profit this week on parlay play $2,365. These are all the slips that I played on parlay play in the past week, and you guys can see we have been extremely green. So that being said, with parlay play, with sleeper, with prize picks, I am personally up almost $9,000 this month. It's like $8,800 and some change. So very, very good month. If you guys do want to get every single play that I post, you guys want to lock all these in, there is a Discord link down in the description. It's $10 a week, $25 a month. That means for $25 a month, you guys can be profiting at least a couple $100 off of $10, $20 slips. If I'm up $8,800 at $250 unit sizes, if you guys play $25 unit sizes, you would be up $880. So great month so far for the entire Discord. Everybody's feasting. Code NBA gets you 20% off. You guys know I show losses on the days that we lose, and I will continue to show losses on the days we lose. If we're having bad weeks, I'm going to show them. So right now it just happens to be green. If you guys want to get in while we're hot, link is in the description down below. And here's our wins from yesterday. All the slips played yesterday. We swept our tacos. Some of these are from Taco Tuesday. The one we had left over from last night was Randall. Very sweaty, but he cashed us. Had Mitchell, Giddy, and Coward here. Cashed us out. We had this Giddy, McDaniel. Had a lot on Giddy last night, but he cashed us. Giddy with Mitchell again on parlay play, 250 for 470. This was from the free picks, Garland, White, and Randall, 250 for 582 cashed us. Here's the Old Dominion play that we locked in. Here is my slip for the Timberwolves and the Cavs that chalked. And then here is the Randall and the Coward play over on Sleeper that we ended up locking in. So very, very green day overall. Can't complain, and hopefully we can continue doing that. Let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. Once again, 250 likes, and I'll pick a random winner from this video as well. Winner from yesterday is going to be Melly D Money, who said we got to get this sweep today. Well, if you didn't tell Timberwolves and Cavs, Melly, you ended up sweeping, man. So hopefully you didn't. But send me a message on Discord, Melly. I'll get you added for that free month of VIP. And I do appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into these free picks. Now, NFL Thursday, one game of NFL, massive NBA slate like we've already talked about. For the NFL, I will say, if you're new to betting on the NFL and you're looking at props and you're looking at players and you're like, yeah, I just know that, for example, Saquon Barkley is going to feast on the Commanders. This is going to be the easiest game ever. I got to lock in Saquon. The first thing you need to do is you need to go find that game and you need to check the weather report on that game. For example, today, Rams, Seahawks. You can sit here and look at a lot of these receivers and quarterbacks, JSN, whoever you want to, and then you can look at the weather and it says 88% chance of rain at 8:15, 52 degrees. So it's decently warm weather. It's a little bit cool, rainy. Probably going to be tough for the receiving game unless the rain ends up kind of slowing down a little bit. I don't know how hard of a rain this is supposed to be, but 88% chance of rain. So a rainy game, for me personally, I do think Stafford has a good game. I think he cashes some of his goblin lines, but I'm going to run with the running backs in this matchup. I think these running backs are going to have more rush attempts than usual. Now, looking at these two teams, both teams have a decent run game. Not going to say they're elite. Kyron Williams, obviously a good back. Both teams also have a very good running defense. Seattle's ranked third in the league in terms of yards per allowed per game to running backs, so they don't give up very many rushing yards. The Rams are top 10. They're ranked ninth in the league in terms of rushing yards, so this is going to be a tough defensive game. The total in this game sitting at 42.5. I do think both teams score 2 touchdowns. So if you wanted to run the PAT slip on this game, it's like a 1.8x on Prizepicks. I don't dislike that. I'm actually going to run it myself. So over 42.5, even 2 touchdowns gives us 28. That's going to be a low-scoring game. I do think there's some field goals here as well. So you can run some kickers if you want. For me, I am looking at the running backs right now. Right now, 52% of the money is going to be on the Rams. 56% of the money is on the Rams covering the spread. If you look at these two teams, both teams have had a very, very good season, 79% win rate out of 14 games for both of them. Both of them only have 3 losses. The Seahawks are on a 4-game win streak. They just come off of a clutch victory versus the Colts. I had the Colts for plus 400 in this game. I thought the Colts were going to win. I put a fifth of a unit on that game, actually, and the Colts were up with like a minute left in the game. And somehow the Seahawks drove down the field with a minute. They kicked the field goal, and they won the game by 2 points. If you look at the Rams are coming off of a 41-point victory over the Lions. Shootout game, very, very good game. And I will say that the Rams looked good, man. Defensively, they struggled a little bit, but they still put up some big numbers. They come off a win before that, 45 points versus Arizona. They are dropping some big numbers in terms of offense. So I do like this Rams teams here. The Seahawks struggling at home versus the Colts. I could see them struggling again on a short week versus the Rams as well. So this game's kind of coin flip. You can go with where you're wanting. I'm kind of leaning the Rams personally. Ace might like the Seahawks. Ace likes the Seahawks a lot this season. So Ace might be on the Seahawks. Before I lock it in, I want to make sure he's not going to try to post a Seahawks slip because that may be where he's at. Obviously, this slip will be posted in the Discord if you're in there. So make sure you guys are paying attention to which team. Don't just go lock one if you want to tell with us. But yeah, trust your gut on this one, guys. Like I said, it's a coin flip game. You got even odds here, a very even spread. The money straight down the middle. It's a rainy game. 2 decent defenses for a running game. Like this is one of those games that could go either way for sure. I am leaning Rams though personally, and that's probably where I'm going to end up going on my pick'em league. So that is what we got for NFL. Taking a look at this NBA slate, I'm not going to break down every game. I'll pick some winners. You got Hawks, Hornets. A lot of money is going to be on. It's pretty much split down the middle. I thought there was a lot more in the Hawks. But if you look at the reasoning, a lot of players are missing. Porzingis is still out. Trae Young's actually questionable this game. So you have potential that Trae Young plays. LaMelo's questionable. LaMelo may play. I think this game could be competitive. I think the Hawks are the better team. Like, there's not really much more I need to say. The Hawks it is at home in Charlotte. Not like it's some massive road game or anything, Hornets from Charlotte to Atlanta, but still, I like the Hawks here, minus 186. I think that they're the better team, and I think they do come out and get a dub. I think Knuppel has a great game, especially if LaMelo sits. I would wait for injury news before running player props in this game, because if Trae Young plays, obviously, will take up a lot of usage depending on how many minutes he gets, and the same thing for LaMelo. If LaMelo plays, a lot of usage gets taken away from some of these other players, so make sure you guys are waiting for injury news before you go and lock in a bunch of, if you want to play one slip or something, fine, but before you lock in a lot of slips, just be careful. Next game is going to be Pacers-Knicks. The Knicks coming off of a win for the Cup. Each player winning $500,000. I'm sure they are feeling phenomenal. If you look at these two teams, Right now, Pacers are missing about who they've missed the entire season. Shepard, Naismith, Obi Toppin, and Tyrese Halliburton. If you look at the Knicks do have Josh Hart, Anunoby, and Towns all questionable. Miles McBride is out. Mitchell Robinson is questionable. They're missing a lot of players potentially. This is a game I can't pick until the injury news shows. You got 4 questionable players for the Knicks that make up a lot of usage. So, got to be careful there. Right now, at plus 170 for the Pacers, this could be a decent chance to get them if the Knicks do sit their players. Now, if the Knicks come back and all their players are ruled in, you could get way better value on the Pacers. That's why I would say hold out on this. I don't like the Pacers as a team this year. They're struggling a lot. I think the Knicks are definitely the better team. The Knicks are hot right now, so definitely don't want to go against the Knicks unless I know half the team's sitting. Next game is going to be Miami versus Brooklyn. This is a spot in Brooklyn, plus 217, 6.5 point spread, 50% of the money on the Heat covering a 6.5 point spread. And then you got 67% of the money on Heat money line. Taking a look at these two teams, Heat are on a 5-game loss streak. Just like I told you in yesterday's video, these teams that are due for regression, so if a team is on a 6-game heater, sometimes they're due for regression to get that loss. They're also due for progression. So if a team's on a huge loss streak, sometimes they just get that win in, man. They're not just going to lose every single game for the rest of the season. You see what I'm saying? So that win could come at any point in time. You got to be careful with it. The Nets are a okay team, man. I don't dislike them. They just blew out Milwaukee. Beat the Pelicans. They did lose to Dallas in a very close game. They lost to the Jazz. They have some weak losses in here, but they have some decent wins against some stronger teams. So I don't dislike the Nets here. Michael Porter Jr. obviously probably feasting this game. It's going to be a very fast-paced game. Some players missing for Miami. Tyler Hero is sitting. Questionable Norman Powell. If Powell sits, this is a good spot for the Brooklyn Nets, man. I like the Nets here at plus 217, to be honest with you. Don't know that I played. I might end up playing half a unit on this one. It's not going to be a full unit for sure, but I'm kind of rolling with the Nets here. I think the Nets could have a chance at home to win, but like I said, these teams are due for progression or due for a win sometimes. Miami coming off that many losses in a row. Miami's not a bad team. They're not a phenomenal team, but they're not a bad team at all. So, I forgot. I got some hate for this. Rozier's still out for being in jail. I forgot to say that because some people were hating on me saying that. He deserves this shit, bro. Bro deserves to get roasted in these videos. I don't care if y'all want to defend him or not. Nah. Anyways, I almost forgot to say that. I'm gonna make sure I say that every game from now on for Miami. But anyways, Nets plus 217. I kind of like it there. Next game we have is going to be the Spurs versus the Wizards. Big X on this game. I do think the Wizards, they've kept it competitive in some games. I don't trust them, man. I can't take them here. So give me the Spurs. I'm not even looking at this game in terms of, can't even look to see where the money's at. Weird. Very weird on this game. Fade that one. Next game's going to be the Raptors taking on the Bucks. You got the Bucks plus 196 at home. Toronto minus 200, a 5.5 point spread with a 220.5 total. Majority of the money is on the Raptors, which makes me scared for the Raptors here. If you look at Milwaukee, the main reason is they just got blown out by 40 points to the Nets. They have Green, who is questionable. Kyle Kuzma is questionable. Cole Anthony's questionable. Giannis is sitting. Prince is still out. Raptors are missing R.J. Barrett with a probable Jakob Poeltl, who is resting potentially, but he's probable. Can't take the Bucks here, even though they are at home. I just don't see the win happening. I do think at plus 200, if you think they win, the value is not that bad. If I was going to take, and here's an example. Sometimes when you look at these underdogs, you got to set your own prices. If you were the book, where would you put this line at? For me, I'd have Milwaukee probably plus 260. So when I see plus 196 is the best odds, it makes me a little bit, to plus 260 is a little bit. I'd probably have it plus 210, 220 at least, honestly. And I just don't like the value here at 196 compared to what I think it should be. Now, if you think the Bucks win, you're still getting them at plus 200 odds. You're doubling your money profit-wise. So do what you want to do there. For me, I'm going to run with the Raptors in this game. I do think the Raptors have a better team here and win. Clippers versus OKC. Fork the Clippers. The Clippers have bit me in the butt too many times this season. I have tried to hype them up and tried to talk about how this Clippers team has all this talent. They're just old and all this other. They can't do anything, man. And they might come out here and beat. I don't think they're going to, but they come out here and beat OKC. It's not going to change my mind. Like the Clippers they're just hit or miss. I can't trust them. So OKC wins. I'm not going to touch that game. Next game's going to be. There's so many games to go over, guys. I'm gonna look at these closer games, and I'm gonna go over those. Give me the Rockets, Pistons versus Mavericks. All right, this is a good one to talk about. You got majority of the money on the Pistons. The Pistons are the better team here. If you look at Anthony Davis is questionable. Even if Anthony Davis plays or if AD plays, D'Lo is also questionable. Brandon Williams is questionable. Missing quite a few players. Pistons are pretty much fully healthy. Like, it's hard for me to bet against this Pistons teams when they played the way they have at minus 210, even though they're on the road. I'm not scared to take them here. So I do like the Pistons here. That'll be one of my probably core plays in terms of running parlays if I parlay a couple teams together. For example, Pistons and Rockets might give us like minus 160 or something. I don't know exactly what the value here is on those two plays, but if it ends up being something like that, I wouldn't mind playing it. Same thing with like Pistons and Nuggets or something. But Nuggets versus Magic, another game, minus 245 for the Nuggets at home. Nuggets coming off of a win versus the Rockets. The majority of the money is going to be on the Nuggets. If you look at their Magic are missing some players. Suggs is out. Wagner's still out. De Silva is questionable. Missing a lot of players. Team's not bad at all. They did lose to the Knicks in the Cup semifinals, so you got to look at that as well. They might be a little bit upset with that. Maybe they're coming out here trying to make a statement. Who knows? If you look at the Nuggets, a 5-game win streak. They've won 6 of their last 7. They beat the Rockets at home, 128-125. Tough game, close game that they ended up winning. Nuggets are still missing Brown and Aaron Gordon. They also have Peyton Watson, Tim Hardaway, and Bates, who are questionable. So lots of questionable players. Starting 5 looks okay. I say that, and they're missing 2 of them with 1 questionable. So tough here. Nuggets missing so many players at minus 245, it's kind of hard to take them. I may end up fading the Nuggets here if some of these players get ruled in. I like the Nuggets better as a team, especially with Suggs sitting. So this is another game I have to wait for injury news. So many injuries today. Next game is going to be Suns versus Warriors, plus 20-22 for Phoenix at home, 1.5-point spread, 230.5 total. This is going to be a game that's probably pretty decent for player props. Looking at Golden State, they are pretty much fully healthy. They're missing Al Horford and Pat Spencer. Looking at Phoenix, they have a questionable Grayson Allen, a questionable Jalen Green. So two star players, or I say star players, but 2 players that they've been fighting with all season long, potentially out. Dylan Brooks is in here, no questionable injury for him. Devin Booker's playing. Booker is the main go-to guy for this team, so seeing Booker in is obviously going to be good. I actually like some props for Booker. In terms of winning the game, I can't trust Phoenix, man. Majority of the money is on Phoenix right now, 66% on them covering the spread. Then you got 54% on them money line, so more money on Phoenix at plus money. I think the Warriors are the better team regardless of record. Warriors been dealing with a lot of injuries as well. I think I'll probably end up running Golden State minus 116, but I don't know for sure. Phoenix has beat some teams that I thought they wouldn't all season long, so I can't really sleep on this Phoenix team very much. Missing some players, though. I still like Golden State in this spot. Next 2 games we're going to have is the Lakers versus the Jazz, and then the Kings versus the Blazers. You got plus 272 underdogs at home for the Jazz. The Lakers are the better team. They are missing AR this game. Jazz have a questionable Lauri Markkanen. If Markkanen sits, this game could get really ugly, so I'm kind of just waiting for Markkanen as well. And I'll show you guys that. So Lauri's questionable here. That's a big, big loss for them. It's their star player. Their all-star player is going to be gone. You look at the Lakers, DeAndre Ayton, Kleber, and Reeves, and Gabe Vincent, all either out or questionable this game. So tough for both teams. If Markkanen sits, give me the Lakers. If Markkanen plays, this game could be pretty close. Could be competitive if you want to run the Jazz at home. Plus 272 underdogs. Not a bad line for them. Last game, Kings Blazers. Blazers minus 300 odds. This is a game I'm probably going to fade. I don't really like this matchup too much, especially with all these players out for the Kings, missing Zach LaVine, missing Sabonis, questionable Schroeder. Looking at Portland, they're missing some players as usual, but still, they're just the better team at home, in my opinion. If you wanted to run the Kings for plus 300, I don't see this upset today, but it could definitely happen. That's what I got for this slate, guys. I know I haven't been able to give you guys exact money lines that I like here, but it's kind of tough slate. There's a lot of injuries. Just a lot that I have to wait for to see before locking these in. But let's go ahead and talk about player props. We're going to start with NFL. We're going to lock in a slip live over on Parlay Play. Before we jump into these guys, I do want to say that if you want to get a free month of VIP, you can sign up with any partnered app down in the description. There are 7 apps down there. There's Parlay Play, Underdog, Sleeper, Novig, Better, Dabble, and what am I missing? Chalkboard. So if you guys haven't signed up for any of those, then sign up using our code, make the minimum deposit. You will get a free month of our VIP for each app that you deposit in. $10 deposit minimum. You get they'll double your first deposit. So give you a deposit match, for example, here, 100 equals 200 deposit match for Parlay Play. They will give you a $5 free bet, which it doesn't show up here. But when you sign up for Parlay Play, they give you $5 for free. They have tons of promos. These are the promos for today. All these are promos. All you got to do is select the promo tab. You can see all their boosted plays. You can pick the ones you want to play. Be selective with them. Don't just tell every single one of them. JSN here. I told you guys, Rain, 90 receiving yards. They're trying to bait you into taking the 2X at 90. even if he gets 100, I'm not touching this line. Like maybe it's for a 2x. You think it's a great play. He could definitely cash it if the weather's fine. But with the weather being the way it is, I'm just not going to touch this play. I think that line is very high. So that being said, like I said, code Fantasy Aces or code Aces, depending on the app. Just let me know on Discord if you sign up for any of those, and we'll get you a free month for each one. But let's go ahead and jump into our first NFL play of the day. So the first one is going to be for our man Charbonnet. I'm taking Zach Charbonnet. I'm taking him to give us 25 rushing yards. That is the line that I'm taking. His original line is 33.5. If you come over here and click rush yards, 39.5 at plus 145 odds. Anyway, I don't know why it started there, but 24.5. He has cashed just 9 of his last 10 games. He has cashed just 11 of 13 games on the season. He's averaging right at 40 rushing yards per game. He's averaging 11 rush attempts per game on the season. If you look at his last 5, that number does come down slightly, averaging 9.2 rush attempts per game over his last 5 games. Yes, Seattle has won every single one of these games as well. He's not going to get as many carries as Kenneth Walker is. Kenneth Walker is getting 44% of the run share. I do like the way Charbonnet's been playing as of lately, though. Head-to-head versus the Rams, he's cashed just 2 of his last 3 games. He has 1 game this season. He dropped 37 rushing yards in 11 rush attempts. This is a guy, all it takes is 24.5 rushing yards. Is one good run. He gets 10 to 15 yards and then a couple more carries, and he's going to cash this line. So, obviously, if he has a bad game, if they shut him down, then this line, I mean, it's just going to be a chalk. But it is what it is, man. I like taking a chance here for Charbonnet at 24.5. Looking at the Rams rushing yards, I told you guys it's top 10 defense. Get up 101 rushing yards per game to running backs is 78.3, the 7th ranked defense to the running back. If you look at this team, they pass the ball and run the ball 50% of the time. It's going to be a team that can attack both sides of the ball, or I say attack both sides of the ball, but what I meant offensively, they can pass or run the ball. I called him Jackson Darnold in one video recently, but Sam Darnold, obviously a good quarterback. I don't know what his line is sitting at, probably close to like 225. Yeah, 225. But you got Sam Darnold here, popular play for Stafford as well, which is one reason I'm probably going to end up maybe fading them unless I take them really low on the alt line. But Charbonnet, 24.5. Like this play a lot. Lock him in if you like him. Fade him if you don't. That is going to be the first pick. So let's pull him up. Charbonnet. His original line is 33.5. We're getting a 1.3x value for 25. 25 obviously going to be a little bit safer. You're dropping that line down by about 10 or about 30%. So, anyways, Charbonnet pick number 1. Who am I pairing Charbonnet with? I'm going to pair him with Kyren Williams. That's what I'm running with. I'm running the running backs on these games just because of the weather. Running back for Kyren, or rushing yards for Kyren Williams is right at 50, which is what I'm running, 49.5. Taking almost his original line, cashed at 9 of his last 10. He's cashed at 13 of 14 games on the season. He's averaging 73.5 rushing yards this season. He's averaging 15.1 rush attempts. If you look at his last 5 games, that number is slightly slower. He's getting around 13. He had 1 game at 15 versus the Lions. It really just depends on how bad they're beating some of these teams, and then if they need to pass the ball. That's really pretty much is where this is going to come down to, the running game for Kyren Williams. Looking at the backup back, you have Blake Corum. Corum's getting 30% of the rush share. Kyren Williams getting 56.3. They do run the ball 43% of the time, pass the ball 57% of the time. This is a pass-first offense. Stafford, obviously, good quarterback. They're going to try to sling the ball. If it's raining, obviously, they're going to be leaning into these backs a little bit more, which is kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. So give me Kyren Williams, take their running back number 1, rushing yards for the Seattle defense. 3rd-ranked defense, giving up 92 rushing yards per game. To running back, still ranked 3rd, giving up 72.7 rushing yards per game. So they are not giving up very many rushing yards. If you look at head-to-head data, Kyren Williams has 1 game this season, dropped 91 rushing yards versus the same Seattle team. Last season, he dropped 69. So the dude is running the ball well on him. I'm going to run with the running back that's had some success. Give me Kyren Williams all day in this lineup. So Kyren Williams, 49.5 rushing yards, 1.5x. This gives us a 2.03x on parlay play. 250 wins us 507 if we were to play this over on Prizepicks instead. Can I get 40? I can't get 49.5, so it's a 1.8x. So you can't play this on parlay play to run the same value. I'm running it right now you can't run this on Prizepicks for the same value. I'm running it on parlay play. So track picks, come over here, right here, Kyren Williams, Charbonnet, 250 wins 507. I have it locked in live. We are going to get everything swapped over to NBA. We're about to lock in an NBA play live as well. Let's go ahead and jump into our first prop. So the first prop for NBA that I want to run, and before I get too ahead of myself, I do like this slip for 1.8x. PATs, give me Myers and Mevis over PATs. And it is a 1.7x now, so the value is down slightly. I think both teams score 2 TDs. Now, it's a rainy game. It's going to be a little bit risky. If you want to run something like field goals, you could do that. I don't like the field goals as much as the PATs. I'll probably put $150 on this for 1.7x. A little less than a full unit size for me, but I'm probably going to end up doing that. I'm just throwing it out there, trying to help you guys out if you're watching the video. If that chalks, I'm sorry. Just don't. If you don't like it, don't tell it. But I do think it's good. It's going to be another good spot for us. Anyways, looking at this, let's go ahead and jump into NBA. First NBA prop that I have is for today. If you guys can guess, I'll give you guys about 5 seconds. Who was our wagon for the season? Who is the guy that we have not chalked one time, I think, on the free picks? Maybe one of like 7 times. If you guessed AJ Green, you're wrong. Michael Porter Jr. Porter Jr. has been a wagon all season for me. I cannot, like, even if he chalks me today, it's never going to turn me away from playing him as long as Cam Thomas is out. Looking at the lineup, you got to look at Cam Thomas. If he's out, Michael Porter Jr. loves to score, man. I'm telling you. He's averaging 36 PRA per game on the season. I'm getting him at 29.5, by the way. So we're going to be buying this down. 29.5 PRA, where he's cashed 71% of games, 15 of 21. Now, you can get this line at 31.5 soon on parlay play, maybe on Prizepicks now. Let's take a look at this. Well, there's such a big slate. I'm going to have to type his name in. So, Porter Jr. Okay, we'll just type in Porter. So, we got Michael Porter Jr. right here. We should be able to get him at, so they're not going to give us that line either. So, 31.5 on parlay play always comes up later. I'm telling you guys, if you're playing on parlay play, give them some time. All these, like, gaps in these stats will come in. So, it goes from 29 to 34.5. Later today, you'll have 35.5, you'll have 30, 30, 31, 32, and 33.5 all here, and you can get the value you want. Now, they may not stay up all day. Some of them are going to gradually come up and down off the board, but they're going to give you options for that. So if you want to wait and get him at 31.5, 31.5 is the line that I really want to play just for the value. You probably get like close to a 1.35x or something. It's probably going to be better than this 1.2x that we see right now for Porter Jr. So 29.5 is obviously going to be safer, but the payout's not going to be very high. He has dominated this line head to head. He's cashed it one of his last two games versus Miami. He's getting a lot of usage right now. There's not much I can say. It's going to be a fast-paced game versus Miami. Give me Porter Jr. at home versus this Miami defense. So that's what I'm going to be running as our first pick of the day. Who am I pairing Michael Porter Jr. with? Michael Porter will be paired with Devin Booker. Now, I'm taking pretty much in the original line for Devin Booker here. It's going to be a 1.6x. I'm running Booker's rebounds and assists. Now, this is a line that could be kind of sweaty. Booker has cashed his 7 of his last 10 games. He has cashed his 70% of games on the season that he has played. If you look at this Golden State Warriors RA defense, 22nd ranked defense in the league for rebounds, 11th ranked for assists. If you look at to the guard position, they don't give up too many stats to guards. I will say that. They give up far less, but it's Devin Booker. Devin Booker is a playmaker. He's going to facilitate head-to-head versus Golden State. He's cashed his 2 of his last 4 games. The only game he has this season, he had 7. That score ended up 107 to 118. He played 40 minutes. So, yes, that last game did not look very good for Booker. Booker is going to be the leading scorer. Without players, he may have to step it up. If Grayson Allen says Jalen Green's not playing, he's doubtful, obviously. If some of these other scorers don't play, maybe Booker has to step it up in the scoring aspect. But also, he's going to have to step it up in rebounds and assists as well. He's going to have to make plays. If they shut Booker down, he's going to have to make some plays. So I like Booker at 9.5 RA. He's averaging 11 on the season. Give me him in this matchup. I think this game does stay competitive, and they're playing at home. I think this is a game that he could potentially win. I actually didn't look at him at home games. Home games, he's cashed 8 of 13. He's averaging 10.7, so it does go down slightly. Looking at his last 5 home games, cashed at 4 of his last 5. I'm not a last 5 warrior. Told you guys how I feel about last 5s in the last video. But give me Devin Booker at 9.5 rebounds and assists. I'm willing to take a chance on him tonight. So Devin Booker, rebounds and assists, 9.5. Should be on here for 1.6. Yep, this gives us another 1.9x. If I played him with 31.5, we'd have like a 2.1 or 2.2x. That's why I wanted to play MPJ at 29.5. But give me this at 1.95. I like this play a lot. We're locking it in live. So we got $500 in entry. Got Devin Booker RA with Michael Porter Jr. PRA. Then we got Kyron Williams with Charbonnet, both over rush yards. So $500 to win $995. Pretty much 2 double up plays. $500 profit if we cash both of them. So that's what I got for today's video, guys. Lock them in if you like them. Fade them if you don't. Join our Discord if you're not in there already. The Discord is free to join. There is a link to join for free. Join the WAP and the VIP if you guys haven't already. To get in, all you do, you join our Discord for free. You pay the $10 or $8 if you use code NBA for a week. Then you connect your Discord to WAP. So you go to your WAP account settings. You click the account connected accounts. You then click your Discord icon. You log into the Discord account you want to use, and then you log into that Discord on Discord, and you have access to the VIP channels in Discord. It's that simple. Very, very easy. If you want in, we would love to have you. The community is the best community it's ever been. It continues to get better. Lots of great people in there, and we'd love to have you guys a part of it as well. So, like I said, links down in the description, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.